trapped at the scrapyard. Of all the many places on Sodor you could choose to work, none of the engines understand why Ben, Reese and Jonathan work at the scrapyard together. Surrounded by pieces of junk and rusting scrap, almost all the engines find it creepy, especially when the scrap diesels are there. Harry and Bert will do almost anything to catch out a steam engine. One evening, the three engines were finishing off their work. "Well done, Reese. A day without accidents. You've not managed one of those for a long time," Ben commented. Babbled Reese. "Thank you very much." "Well, it's time to go, I think," Jonathan smiled. "I'm exhausted." But before they could all leave, the yard manager called out to them, "I need an engine to shunt some empties in from the junction before he heads back to the sheds." "I'll do it," Jonathan replied. "You two head back to the sheds. I'll catch you later." "Okay, Jonathan," replied Ben. And the three engines headed to the junction. Ben and Reese waited, while Jonathan coupled up to the trucks and cleared the line. "See you at the sheds," the two engines called as he backed into the yards. Jonathan took the trucks back into the main building and was uncoupled from them. Time to go, he thought, but as he headed for the junction, the yard manager called out to him again. "You'll be stuck here tonight, I'm afraid." "Why?" Jonathan asked. "Reese has derailed and damaged a point at the junction. They won't be repaired and cleared until tomorrow, I'm afraid," came the reply. Jonathan sighed. "There goes Reese's no accident day. I'll have to sleep here in the main building." Then he had an idea. "Perhaps I can explore some of the back sidings we don't visit. Find any old trucks perhaps we could use." So Jonathan backed out through the back of the building and into the backyards. The yards were dark and gloomy and looked very empty. Several tracks. "Let's see what's down each one," Jonathan hummed to himself. The first one was a long and empty siding, but the second one led to a collapsed bridge, the same one Thomas had been on during the dry yard construction. Jonathan ventured down the third one. He buzzed slowly along the rusting tracks and soon found some old trucks. "Wow!" he cried happily. "Who knows how long they've been here?" "About 3 months," growled Scruffy. "I hope you're going to take us back to the yard." "Of course." Jonathan buffered up and then pulled them back down the line. He left them with the other trucks and idled into another siding to sleep. He shut his eyes and dozed off, but later that night he was awoken by some loud groaning sounds. Jonathan shivered. It must be the wind passing a crack in the wall. But the groans continued on and on. Perhaps I should investigate it, Jonathan pondered. Try and find the cause so it can be stopped. So he slowly rolled back out into the yard. I've been down some of these tracks tonight, so I'll have to investigate some of the others to see where this sound is coming from. The points were changed, and Jonathan made his way down the first of the arranged lines. He reached a set of buffers and could go no further. Soon he was travelling down the second line. He kept coming across rusty old points, which meant he had to keep going back to try different directions. This is useless, Jonathan sighed. I'll never find what's causing the noise. But as he rolled down another track, the noise grew louder. I must be getting closer, he gasped. So he ventured further on. Soon he came across an old carriage. Oh, look at you, Jonathan cried. What a carriage! Hello there, wheezed the carriage. Have you come to help me? I suppose I have, Jonathan replied. But who are you? I'm Weezer, coughed the carriage. I was once the best coach that any engine could ever haul. However, one day I was shunted into this siding and forgotten about when newer carriages arrived. I had been replaced and forgotten. Oh, how awful, Jonathan said pitifully. I'm certain the railway would be more than happy to have you back now, though. There's so many of us engines. We could do with plenty more carriages. Weezer's eyes brightened up. Really? Of course. Friends, new or old, are always welcome. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, Weezer was delighted. Jonathan coupled up and gently hauled the carriage away. Easy, wheezed Weezer. My axles are rusty from years of sitting there. You're in good condition for an old carriage, Jonathan commented. Some campers took up residence in me for several years, on and off. Only recently did they move out, but they didn't get help like they said they would. Well, don't worry. You'll be welcomed back as if you were a hero, Jonathan commented again. The two spent the night in the main building at the scrapyard. And by mid-morning the following day, the points at the junction were cleared and fixed, so Jonathan could take Weezer away. He hauled Weezer all the way to the works, where Boko and Geoffrey were waiting. They were surprised. Who is this? They asked. This is Weezer, Jonathan replied. I found him in the back of the scrapyard last night. Weezer? It's Weezer! Boko exclaimed excitedly. Is that Boko? Weezer cheered. It's been so long! Welcome back, Weezer, Boko beamed. Boko explained that he and Weezer were good friends when the carriage was still in service. I always wondered where he had gone, but never was able to find him, so I assumed the worst had happened. Well, I'm back and ready for work, nearly, Weezer wheezed. The workmen soon fitted him with brand new wheels and axles, cleaned him out from top to bottom, and gave him a fresh coupling. Soon he was ready for work. But I must say that for all the years